The lower chamber of the National Assembly has passed a bill to criminalize protests in Nigeria for a second reading. The bill is set to prescribe a 5-year jail term to unlawful protesters. KAFTAN TV, Esther Agbo has more details.
A bill to criminalize protest in Nigeria has been approved for a second reading at the House of Representatives. This drew different reactions from different persons.
Protest is legal. It's not only in Nigeria we do see people protest. It's one of the ways the populace can give feedback to the government of what they feel about policies and programs that the government is rolling out. So criminalizing it is like denying people the right to express their view.
That is not good because it's a suppression of human rights. Everybody has the right to demonstrate what he likes and what he does not want, to air their opinion. So the government shouldn't do such a law they shouldn't carry such a law. Why would they do it? Do they want to suppress human beings from talking again or exercising their rights?
I think protesting is every human's right. Everyone deserves to protest if things don't go well or go normally as it should be.
It was said that the bill, which was sponsored by Representative Emeka Chinedu Martins, seeks to amend the Criminal Code Act Cap 38, Laws of the Federation of Nigeria 2004, to further preserve the sanctity of human life and property and to provide specifically for the crime and mob action. And it also prescribes a 5-year jail term to punish unlawful protesters who participate in riots, mob action, and it likes in Nigeria.
If the National Assembly has pushed for this bill to criminalize protesting in Nigeria, I don't think protesting, depending on how the protesters go about the protesting, it shouldn't be outrightly criminalized.
Protest is one of our fundamental rights. Though I'm not a lawyer, so I don't see anything criminal about protest. One, it is done within the ambit of the law. So every Nigerian has right to protest against whatever government policy we feel is not in the interest of the masses.
Activists under the Center for Human and Socio-Economic Rights, through a press briefing, has raised alarm over this, describing the bill as an anti-democratic and desperate way to end freedom of expression in Nigeria. According to the group, the bill seeks to criminalize peaceful protests and cow Nigerians into submission under the guise of protecting public property, which must be rejected by Nigerians. However, a respondent opined for the federal government to properly look into the bill before passing it into law, thereby striking a balance to it for the betterment of the populace.
The National Assembly should be able to balance decisions. You know, they are in charge of legislations, and I believe they must have critically looked into it before putting it into law. So if it is done wrongly, it will not be of good to the nation.
It's like we are going back to the dark day of the military, where people don't have rights, where people must not be heard, where people must be silenced. And I don't think Nigeria can afford to go back to such those back days of the military jackboots.
OJ Isunoya called on the Nigeria judiciary to put interest on the citizens first and also put a reminder that federal government officials are elected into office to represent and not to dictate for its citizens.
The lawyers can go to the court to fight against the fact that that sort of bill is against our fundamental human rights as citizens. And therefore, I think that the court, on the basis of that, should rule against whatever is in the bill that infringes upon the rights of the people. The National Assembly, they are there, or the House of Rep or whatever, the senators are there to represent the people. And okay, so they are elected in. And once they get there, they become lords. The people who put them there have no right to protest over things they are dissatisfied with. So they need to have a rethink as to the understanding of what it means to be a citizen of this country and what it then means for them to be voted in, for them to go there, and for them to exercise their right, because they are there to represent the people. And therefore, if the people cannot come onto the street to express peacefully whatever grievance they have against the government, what do they want the people to do? To take up arms? Is that what they want?
Esther Agbo reporting for KAFTAN Television.